What's up, guys? Welcome to my channel. My name is Dion Moore, and today we're going to be going over what is Forex. Make sure that you watch this video all the way to the end because we're going to give you tons of tips and strategies to help you be successful within the foreign exchange market. So let's go. All right, guys, so I like to go off of just facts. So the very first thing that I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pull up Google. I like to start off, just doing the research for you. The very first thing that I want to look at is, what is Forex? Because I had never heard about the foreign exchange market. It was something that was completely new to me. So I did my research. I went on to Google, and one of the very first things that I saw was the foreign exchange market is a global, decentralized, or over-the-counter market for the trading of currencies.
What we've got here is failure to communicate.
That's a super fancy way just to say exchanging one currency for another. To give you guys a perfect example is if you went overseas, right? I couldn't just walk into a restaurant in Australia and spend US dollars. I would have to exchange my US dollars for Australian dollars to be able to spend money in Australia. Just like I couldn't walk into a McDonald's here and spend Australian dollars, I would have to exchange that Australian dollars into US dollars. So let's give you guys a perfect example. Let's say I went overseas, I went to Australia for a week, and while I'm there, I enjoy myself, I have fun, I get ready to come home, and I have a few Australian dollars left. I don't want to bring those Australian dollars back to the US because that would simply be a souvenir for me, right? I wouldn't be able to spend that money here. So what I would do is exchange my Australian dollars back into US dollars. But let's just say during that week that I was there, the value of the Australian dollar versus the US dollar actually went up, then that would mean that I would actually make a profit. So I went overseas to Australia. I exchanged my US dollar for Australian dollars. I was there for a week. While I was there, the value of the Australian dollar versus the US dollar actually went up. That means when I exchange it back into US dollars, I make a profit.
Yo, so much money.
And the beautiful thing is that this is happening literally every single day, every second of the day. There's a fluctuation in price when it comes to one country's currency versus another country's currency. So that in a nutshell is what the foreign exchange market is. And when I started to dive in and do my research, one of the things that kept, staying in the back of my mind is, why is it that I've never heard about the foreign exchange market? I'm hearing people talk about it now, so I'm thinking that, okay, it must be something new. So I searched, how long has Forex been around? Because like I said, I had never heard about it. I thought it was something new, but the first foreign exchange market was established in Amsterdam roughly 500 years ago. So it's not something that's new. It's not something that just came out. It's literally something that's been around for centuries, hundreds of years. And so I'm thinking to myself, if it's been around for over 500 years and I've never heard about it, then it must be something small. It must be insignificant. So then I searched, how much is traded in the foreign exchange market daily. And this really shocked me. The foreign exchange market, or Forex market, is the largest financial market in the world.
Of the world, Craig. Not just the city, the world.
Larger even than the stock market, with a daily volume of $6.6 trillion. Let me stop and say that again, $6.6 trillion. That's literally enough money to be able to feed an entire country, and that's what's being traded in the foreign exchange market every single day. So now I'm thinking to myself, if it's larger than the stock market, I hear about the stock market all the time, but I never hear about Forex. And it started to make sense to me after I did more research. With the stock market, you're investing into a company, right? That company wants you to invest in them. So they're advertising. People want you to invest into the stock market, because when you invest into the stock market, it helps them grow their business, right? So they want you to invest into the stock market. But the foreign exchange market was only meant for the wealthy. It was meant for banks and financial institutions. It wasn't meant for the everyday person like myself, or like most of the viewers on my channel, is that with the foreign exchange market, now we have the opportunity to play on the exact same field as some of the most wealthiest people in the world. So once I started to dive in, do the research, I found out it had been around for over 500 years. I found out that, there was over $6.6 trillion a day being exchanged within the foreign exchange market. My next question was, who is moving all this money? Who is making money in the foreign exchange market? So I put who participates in the Forex market. And this is where a lot of it really started to make sense. The foreign exchange market is the most liquid financial market in the world. Traders include governments, central banks, commercial banks, other institutional investors, financial institutions. These are the most wealthiest people in the world. These are the people that control all of the money. All of the decisions that are made in this world are controlled by governments, central banks, commercial banks, and they're using the foreign exchange market to literally move trillions of dollars every single day, and we knew absolutely nothing about it. They never took the time to teach us this in school. And the funny thing is that I said, you know what, it's worth the risk. I'm gonna dive into it and see, just what happened. I didn't even know what I was doing. When I took my first trade, I literally just hit 11111 and hit buy. Right, just so happened my first trade was 10 cents, and I made $12.48 off of a 10-cent investment. And it only took me doing this little bit of research, understanding what the foreign exchange market is, understanding who the players are, understanding, how long it's been around, the history of the foreign exchange market. And I definitely want to encourage you guys to study, learn more. If you've gotten some value from this presentation, then make sure that you give me a thumbs up. Make sure that you subscribe to the channel, and make sure that you hit that notification bell. And we're going to continue to bring you more facts, more financial literacy to help you guys understand how money works and help you understand how to multiply your money so we can all continue to go up aggressively. I want to see all of you guys at the top because the bottom is way too crowded. Here's a quick lesson from at Now We Rich. Stay tuned.